For decades, two names have owned dirt biking: Honda CRF, KTM SX-F. Every motocross championship, every enduro podium, every weekend warrior's garage, those two logos dominated. Nobody challenged them because nobody could challenge them. Combustion engineering had a century head start. But 5 electric dirt bikes just did something the gas world never expected. One outpowers the CRF 450, one won a professional championship, and one finished the most brutal race on the planet without burning a single drop of fuel. Honda and KTM are not terrified because electric is coming. They are terrified because electric is already here. Number 5. Talaria Komodo. The first reason Honda and KTM should be losing sleep is the argument they have hidden behind for a decade. Electric is not a real motorcycle. It is a toy, a pit bike, a glorified mountain bike with a throttle. The Talaria Komodo just killed that argument in its sleep. Full-size 21-inch front and 18-inch rear wheels, 315 millimeters of ground clearance, a forged alloy frame weighing 216 pounds. Adjustable air forks with 250 millimeters of travel. This is not a pit bike pretending to be a dirt bike. This is a dirt bike that happens to be electric. 32 kilowatts peak through a 97-volt system, pushing 754 newton meters of torque at the wheel. To put that in context, a stock Honda CRF 450R produces roughly 68 newton meters at the crank. The Komodo produces over 10 times that at the wheel. 65 miles per hour, 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. A 40-amp fast charger that reaches 80% in a single hour. Electrek said the Komodo erases the boundary between lightweight electric pit bikes and actual electric motorcycles. GritShift confirmed the top speed in stock configuration and described the output as dramatically beyond anything else in the Talaria lineup. And all of this for $5,699. A KTM 450 SX-F starts at $11,100. The Komodo is half the price, produces more wheel torque, and never needs a top-end rebuild. The next time someone says electric is not a real motorcycle, show them the Komodo, then show them the price, then watch them go quiet. But if the Komodo killed the toy argument, the next machine killed something far more sacred: the argument that electric cannot win real races. Number 4. Stark Varg MX 1.2. The Stark Varg MX 1.2 delivers 80 horsepower. A Honda CRF 450R produces roughly 55. A KTM 450 SX-F produces roughly 58. The Varg outpowers both of them by a significant margin, and it does it with 0 engine noise, 0 exhaust fumes, and 0 need for a top-end rebuild every 100 hours. But horsepower on paper means nothing if you cannot win on dirt. So let the results speak. Jack Brunel won the 2024 British Arena Cross Championship on a Stark Varg, not against other electric bikes, against gas bikes. On the same track, under the same rules, in front of the same crowd. Eddie Carlson earned Super Enduro podiums. The FEM Super Enduro series now runs Stark Vargs as a factory-supported platform. KYB suspension with 260 millimeters of travel. 5 fully customizable ride maps from 10 to 80 horsepower. Liquid cooling on the battery that holds power output 20 minutes into a moto when air-cooled competitors are fading. And the detail Honda and KTM cannot replicate, no matter how hard they try. 60 firmware updates since launch. The Varg you buy today is measurably faster and smarter than the Varg that shipped 2 years ago. A CRF 450R does not get better after you buy it. It gets closer to its next rebuild. At $12,900, the Varg costs roughly the same as a KTM 450 SX-F factory edition, except the KTM will need thousands in maintenance over its lifetime. The Varg needs a software update and a charge. Honda and KTM are not worried about losing a spec sheet comparison. They are worried about losing podiums. And that has already started happening. Now, Honda and KTM have one argument that has always been their insurance policy. We are massive companies with global manufacturing, decades of heritage, and unlimited engineering resources. No electric startup can match that. The Segway Xaber 300 just made that argument irrelevant. Number 3. Segway Xaber 300. You probably know Segway for building self-balancing scooters that security guards ride at airports. On May 15th, they launched a 60-mile-per-hour electric dirt bike with Dakar Rally pedigree, and the motorcycle world stopped laughing. 21 kilowatts peak, 600 newton meters of torque, Marzocchi suspension front and rear, a 72-volt 44-amp-hour Samsung 50S battery with over 3,000 watt-hours. But the spec sheet is not what makes Honda and KTM nervous. The tech suite is a virtual electronic clutch that simulates mechanical clutch feel, a virtual wheelie coach, traction control, GPS, 4G connectivity, over-the-air updates, A Honda CRF 450R has none of this. A KTM 450 SX-F has none of this. These are 250cc level features trapped in chassis designs that have not fundamentally changed in 20 years. The Xaber 300 has more software intelligence than most cars, and it costs $52.99. But the real threat is not the bike. It is the company behind it. Segway manufactures millions of personal electric vehicles per year. They have the financial runway to price the Xaber as a market share grab and bleed the competition until the competition cannot compete. Honda and KTM are fighting startups they can outlast. They cannot outlast Segway. Everything we have talked about so far has been impressive. This next one hits Honda and KTM where it hurts the most. The spec sheet. Number 2, Bonnell 9002. The Bonnell 902 produces 87 horsepower. A Honda CRF 450R makes 55. A KTM 450 SX-F makes 58. An electric dirt bike now outpowers both flagship gas motocross bikes from the two most iconic manufacturers in the sport. That sentence would have been science fiction 5 years ago. Today, it is a spec sheet from the American International Motorcycle Expo. 900 newton meters of torque, 90 plus miles per hour. A custom EBMX X42 controller. Cirrus suspension with up to 320 millimeters of rear travel. Magura forged brakes. Swappable battery options up to 6.7 kilowatt hours. 5 ride modes plus electronic clutch, traction control, boost mode, and wheelie control. The honest caveat is important here. The Bonnell 902 has not shipped yet. Deliveries are expected fourth quarter 2026. No independent testing exists. These are preliminary numbers from a company that has never mass-produced a motorcycle at this performance level. But the claim alone has shifted the conversation. For the first time, a production electric dirt bike is claiming more horsepower than what Honda and KTM's best engineers have extracted from a 4-stroke combustion engine after decades of refinement. Even if Bonnell delivers 80% of these numbers, it is still competitive with the CRF 450R and 450 SX-F, and it will never need a piston, a valve adjustment, or an oil change. But if the Bonnell threatened Honda and KTM on paper, the last bike on this list threatened them in the most brutal testing ground on Earth. Number 1. Arctic Leopard EXE880. The Arctic Leopard EXE880 finished the 2024 Dakar Rally experimental class. Not a marketing claim. Not a simulation, a timestamp on the most demanding off-road race in existence, where machines are pushed past every engineering limit for thousands of kilometers across sand, rock, altitude, and heat. 51 horsepower, 880 newton meters at the wheel, 77 miles per hour, and 87 miles of range from a battery packing 6,750 watt hours, the kind of capacity that lets you ride all day without thinking about a charger. Dirt Bike Magazine ran a full test and called it the next chapter in electric motorcycles. The Arctic Leopard costs $9,599. A KTM 450 Rally Factory replica costs over $25,000. The Arctic Leopard finished the same race for a third of the price. Honda has never entered an electric machine at Dakar. KTM has never entered an electric machine at Dakar. The Arctic Leopard has already finished it, while the two biggest names in off-road racing are still studying electric from the sideline. A company most riders have never heard of went to the desert and proved it works. That is the moment Honda and KTM should have started paying attention. And if they have not started yet, this list is their wake-up call. 5 electric dirt bikes. 5 arguments Honda and KTM thought they would never have to answer. The real motorcycle argument, answered by a full-size Talaria Komodo that handles like a factory enduro for half the price. The competitive racing argument, answered by stark Varg championship trophies sitting in a case. The corporate scale argument, answered by a scooter company with Dakar ambitions and unlimited manufacturing power. The horsepower argument, answered by a Bonnell 902 making 7 more than either flagship gas bike. And the real-world endurance argument, answered in the desert at Dakar by a machine most people have never heard of. Honda and KTM are not going to disappear. They have a century of engineering, millions of loyal riders, and the deepest dealer networks on Earth. But the era where electric had to prove it belonged is over. Now it is gas that has to prove it is still worth the rebuild intervals, the noise complaints, the trail closures, and the fuel costs. If you had $15,000 right now, and you could only pick one machine for the next 5 years, are you going gas with a fully loaded KTM 450 SX-F or electric with the Bonnell 902 making 87 horsepower and 0 rebuilds? Drop your pick below because this comment section is about to become a war zone between gas and electric riders. And if you want to see a Honda CRF 450R go head-to-head against a stark Varg on the same motocross track with lap times on screen, subscribe now because that video is coming.